Welcome to AI for GIs, Introduction to Artificial Intelligence. This is Module 1, Foundations of AI. Class 1, What is AI and what it is not. 20 classes, from complete beginner to AI literate military leader. Your commander says the new AI system thinks like a human. The vendor promises it will replace half the staff. Both are wrong. And in a military context, those misunderstandings do not just waste money, they put lives at risk. This class gives you the definitions, the distinctions, and the 8 misconceptions that trip up leaders at every echelon. I'm Dr. Justin Webb. Let's begin. 4 objectives. Each one protects you from a different failure mode. First, understand what AI actually is versus what it is not, grounded in 5 peer-reviewed definitions. Second, distinguish AI from automation and traditional programming using a 3-category framework. Third, identify 8 specific misconceptions about AI capabilities that lead to bad decisions. Fourth, make sound acquisition, employment, and oversight decisions in national security contexts. Those 4 objectives start with the reason this course exists. 98% of leaders do not understand what AI actually does. They confuse it with automation. They trust outputs they should verify. They expect science fiction capabilities from statistical pattern matching. The reality? AI performs statistical pattern matching, not human-like reasoning. In high-stakes military contexts where lives are at stake, that confusion is not just inefficient, it is dangerous. Nobody taught these leaders the difference between AI capabilities and limitations. That is what this course fixes. And it starts with a problem that runs deeper than most realize. Ask 10 people to define artificial intelligence. Expect 12 answers. On one side, culture, science fiction, marketing hype, sentient machines, Terminator scenarios. On the other, reality, statistical pattern matching, predictive analytics, automation of specific tasks. That gap directly impacts acquisition decisions worth billions. A commander who believes AI thinks will make different choices than one who understands AI predicts. Vendors exploit that confusion. They sprinkle AI on mediocre products and sell them to the warfighter at premium prices. Getting the definition right is not academic. It is operational. So what does the research actually say? 5 definitions. 1 working synthesis. McCarthy, the founder of AI, the science and engineering of making intelligent machines. NIST, the government standard, a machine-based system that makes predictions, recommendations, or decisions for human-defined objectives. Pay attention to that phrase, human-defined objectives. The machine does not set its own goals. The synthesis for military application. AI is a family of technologies that enable machines to perform tasks normally requiring human intelligence, especially when the machines learn from data how to do those tasks. The critical distinction. Traditional computing follows deterministic rules. Given input X, apply rule Y, get output Z. Every time. AI recognizes statistical patterns and produces probabilistic outputs. Same input can produce different output. That single difference explains both its power and its failures. And none of it was possible without one catalyst: data. Without it, even the most sophisticated algorithms produce garbage. The AI systems making headlines today run on massive datasets that did not exist 20 years ago. But here's the part most leaders miss. Quality beats quantity. Biased data produces biased outputs. An AI trained on data containing systematic errors learns those errors as if they were valid patterns. Garbage in, garbage out applies with full force. The question for military professionals is not how much data do we have. It is how good is our data. That distinction shapes every AI deployment decision, but data alone does not explain the confusion. Leaders also conflate 3 very different tools. 3 tools, 3 different problems. Confuse them, and you pick the wrong solution. Traditional programming. A human writes explicit rules. An Excel formula calculates supply requirements. If the formula is wrong, the error is predictable. Automation. Scripted sequences that run without human intervention. A scheduled morning report that pulls data and emails it to leadership. It does not learn, it does not adapt. If conditions change, the automation keeps doing exactly what it was programmed to do. AI. You give it data and an objective. It discovers patterns no human specified. A predictive maintenance system learns which sensor readings preceded past failures and applies those patterns to predict new ones. The implication: automation fails predictably. AI can fail in ways nobody anticipated. Both are useful, neither is interchangeable, and AI itself has not stayed the same. Rules first: hand-coded instructions, brittle and expensive. Then learning, systems that discover patterns from data, the deep learning revolution. Now agents, systems that reason, plan, use tools, and take action with minimal guidance. What seemed impossible in 2010 is routine today. Modern AI processes natural language, recognizes objects and images, generates human-like text, and coordinates across multiple systems. The pace of change explains why this course exists now and not 5 years from now. Understanding where AI came from explains what it can do. But knowing capabilities is only half the equation. 8 misconceptions. Each one leads to a different failure mode. 1. AI thinks like humans. It does not. It predicts statistical patterns. 2. AI is always accurate. It fabricates content with complete confidence. 3. AI has current knowledge. Most models are frozen at their training cutoff date. 4. AI replaces human judgment. It augments. Humans own accountability. 5. AI operates without oversight. Oversight is permanent, not temporary. 6. Confidence indicates reliability. A model presents fabricated facts with the same confidence as accurate ones. 7. More data always helps. Quality beats quantity. 8. AI handles novel situations well. It struggles outside its training data in ways humans find obvious. Perfect grammar. Complete confidence. Zero accuracy. That is a hallucination. AI generates content that reads like a verified intelligence report. The formatting is clean. The citations look real. It is fiction. The system has no concept of truth. It produces statistically probable word sequences, and sometimes those sequences are entirely fabricated. In a national security context, acting on fabricated intelligence costs lives. The rule: treat every AI output as unverified until confirmed through independent sources. Confident formatting does not equal accurate content. That is the accuracy problem. Most AI models are frozen at their training cutoff date. A model trained through 2023 knows nothing about 2024. It cannot report the current disposition of enemy forces. It cannot tell you today's weather at a forward operating base. It does not know about the policy update published last Tuesday. Unless the system is specifically connected to live data sources, it operates from a static snapshot of the world. For operations requiring current intelligence, this is not a minor inconvenience. It is a mission-critical constraint. Always verify whether your AI system has access to current data. That constraint shapes how leaders should work alongside these systems. Billions, GenAI.mil, Ask Sage, the Palantir ecosystem. These are not experiments. They are operational systems soldiers use daily. Intelligence analysis, predictive maintenance, logistics optimization, autonomous sensors, and adversaries are moving fast. China, Russia, and others are investing heavily in military AI. The competitive pressure will not pause for comfortable understanding. The question is not whether you will work alongside AI. It is whether you will do so with understanding or ignorance. AI processes information at speeds no human can match. Humans provide judgment, ethics, and accountability no AI possesses. The combination is more powerful than either alone, but only when the human partner understands both sides. Leaders who understand AI ask sharper questions during acquisition. They set realistic expectations. They spot vendor claims that exceed technical reality. They maintain skepticism while capitalizing on genuine capabilities. This course does not produce AI developers. It produces leaders who know when to trust, when to verify, and when to override. That capability has a price tag attached. What AI does well: pattern recognition in large datasets, rapid classification, processing speed, tireless, repetitive analysis. Those strengths justify the investment. What AI still struggles with: novel situations outside its training data, common sense reasoning, explaining its own logic, ethical judgment. Those limitations will persist and require human involvement in every consequential application. Military professionals who understand both sides employ AI effectively without over-reliance or misplaced trust. One more slide to bring it together. Bottom line: AI augments decisions. Humans own accountability. You now know what AI actually is: a family of technologies that learn from data to perform tasks normally requiring human intelligence. You can distinguish it from automation and traditional programming. You know 8 misconceptions that lead to dangerous decisions. And you understand why this matters now, not someday, with billions invested and adversaries accelerating. You walked into this class in the 98%. You are not there anymore. Next class: the AI Family Tree, 12 major branches of artificial intelligence and how each one applies to military operations. That is Class 2. Stay connected with AI for GIs on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Visit the full course at the link below. I'm Dr. Justin Webb. Thanks for joining me for AI for GIs.